Alright, so the next activity is going to be prime factors. It's important to make sure you keep the previous pages nearby because those are going to help you, like the multiplication table. You can also use one online, but it's nice to use this one. We're also going to be kind of looking back at some of the activities we did. Like factor trees are going to be relevant, as well as prime numbers. This is probably the most important one to have handy. So if you only have one, make sure it's this one. Here are some numbers that we've already broken down. 24, we break it down like 12 times 2, 14, 2 times 7, 64, 8 times 8. But these haven't been broken down all the way. You've noticed how these ones are bigger. Notice they take 24 and they go deeper with it. They go 12 times 2 just like before, but 12 is actually a composite number, so you have to keep going, keep breaking it down. 3 times 4 is the way you break down 12. 3 is a prime number, so we stop there, just like they stopped with the 2. If you look back at your prime number chart, 2 and 3 are prime numbers, so there's nowhere else to go to break them down, so they stopped. 4, though, can be broken down with 2 times 2. So they take those same numbers and they break down the 4. Again, 2 is a prime number, just like we mentioned when we were looking at it here. So it doesn't need to be broken down anymore. So we see a 3, a 2, and then 2, and then 2. So 3 2s and 1 3. Notice they have 3 2s and 1 3. That's prime factors breaking down the 24. 14 doesn't look any different than it did up here because 2 and 7 are both prime factors. Again, looking back at our chart, 2 and 7 are prime, so no need to break them down any further. So it looks just like it does here, here, and here, all the same because there's no other factors to break it down. 64, different story, 8 times 8. So 8 is not a prime factor. Just like we did here, it's can be made with 4 times 2, and 4 is also not a prime factor. So they break down the 4 2 different times using 2 times 2. So we have quite a bit of 2's here. If you look at the bottom of each tree, all the numbers that didn't get crossed out, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2's. Everything else has been crossed out because 2 is the prime factor that makes up all of these factor trees. So the prime factorization just has nothing but 2's. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 1 for every 2 in the factor tree. So we're going to break down each number into prime factors. First one is 70. So if you look in your multiplication table, 70 would actually be here, right? I didn't fill mine in, so let's do it now. 70 would be right here. 7 times 10 are the factors that break down 70, so that's how I'm going to break that down, but 7 and 10 have to be prime factors. Let's make sure. 7 is prime. Alright, so we're good there. 10, ooh, not prime. So we got to keep breaking it down. I'm going to break it down just like I did here with 5 times 2. Alright, so let's make sure 5 and 2 are prime. 2, just like it was many other times, is still prime. 5 is prime, so we're good. This is all the numbers we're going to need. 7 times 5 times 2 break down 70. So let's write that here, down here. 7 times 5 times 2. Alright, so that's how you do it. Why don't you go ahead and try 12 and 22 on your own. Remember, break it down until you see nothing but prime factors. And if you're not sure, check the prime numbers chart. That is located on page 4. Good luck.